Hello? Hi. Let's see. Good evening, LJ. How are you? Hello? Hi. Nope. That was awkward. Okay. Do that. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, RJ. Good evening. Hey, Misty. How are you doing, beautiful? Ooh, an evening rain stream. What a treat. So I don't know about that far, but I feel like getting cozy for an hour or two, so here we are. How are you doing, Day? How's your evening going? You're calling me a liar? I don't know what to say to that. I can neither confirm nor deny that you are indeed a liar. Doing good. I'm glad to hear that, Misty. I'm glad to hear that. Oh my goodness. Better now that you're here. Oh, you're being very kind. But I'm glad I'm glad it's okay. Good evening, T-Dog. Hopefully you're doing okay. Actually, sound-wise, is that coming across? Let's see. It is beautiful. Love that. Okay. Beautiful. So now I can see both chats. So clearly, this is not Overwatch. Surprise. Been a rough week. Oh shit, T-Dog, I'm so sorry. I hope it gets better for you. I really do. And I am glad you're okay. You know if there's anything I can do to help you, even if it's just an ear or whichever, just ask. But we are not doing Overwatch tonight. I felt like getting a little cozy, a little bit more... Yeah, just cozy. So, we're trying out this demo of this game I recently received. And yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes. I don't know a damn thing about this. It looks adorable, it looks cute. I don't have a great track record with picking cute, like small indie games that aren't sad. So I don't know how this is going to go. But I wanted to have a little fun. This is supposed to be really cute. It's called Our Life Now and Forever. Let's 10 stream streak. Damn, LJ. Alright, King, pop off, pop off. Okay. Cute graphics. Paper cut. Holy shit, hi. Well, thank you, I think. How have you been? Okay, let's just start. As usual. You know, oh man, it's gonna pick at my heartstrings, guys. I don't know. Well, we're We're just gonna try this. Okay, let's see. Stable as usual. Stable at a new low. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me process that really quick. I'm glad to hear you are stable. A new low? I'm sorry to hear. I do like the look of the game. It's cute. I think so too. I think so too. It's it's cute, it's soft, it's cozy, it's kind of what I need right now. So that's kind of why I decided to do this versus what I have been playing, and that's Overwatch. I will message you in Discord tomorrow right now. Well, fair enough, T-Dog. I can do my best to create that environment for you if you so wish. That I don't mind doing. Misty on a 7 stream streak. Let's go. Alright, let's see. Welcome to Our Life Now and Forever. Step 1, 10 years old. Step 2, 14, 18, and 22. In our life, gameplay is divided into steps, which take place at different ages in your character's life. There are 4 years between each step. Step 1, where the game begins. Starts at 10 years old. Step 2, Step 3 at 18, and the epilogue is Step 4, which is 22. Okay. Oh, cool. You get to create a character. Fun. Choosing appearance, gender, pronouns, and other information. Cool, cool. I like this. I like this. I'm here for it. Oh, from a first-person perspective, so you won't see an image of your character next to the other characters. However, the character you create here will be shown as an icon in the dialog boxes and across the UI, and your appearance will be referenced in the game. In-game. Demo includes scenes from Step 1 and Step 2 only. That's fine. I just wanted to try this out because it looks adorable, so that's fine. All right, let's get into it. Character-wise, face shape. I like... Okay, so they all got button noses, which is adorable. Oh, the question is what kind of shape? See, naturally, I kind of want to go more for like a rounded shape, but I'm kind of that. My face is a bit like that. I kind of want to go for this one, or this one. No, I'm thinking this one. I'm thinking this one. All right, face type. Cute. Okay. Let's try some out. Hold on. We're going to get rid of hair really quick so I can actually see the eyes. I am streaking in your chat again. Hey, yo, T-Dog. You party animal, you. Oh my goodness. She's got like... This creates like bright eyes, like a really nice welcoming presence, which I quite love. So does that one. Now that I think about it. Let's see. This one's good. Okay. Okay. Ooh, she looks up to like she's up to something. Oh, I like that with like the little like blush like right beneath it. Kind of gives like a nice like she's smiling, or they're smiling in this case. I think I'm gonna go for her, but or she her. I don't know. 3 hours later. You are damn right, Tay. I'm gonna take my time with this and I'm gonna enjoy it. 3 hours later, dude, like the stream hasn't even been that long. The fuck? I like that. Let's do that. All right. Hair now. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so many choices. Too many choices. Oh my gosh. Yo. But why did that look pretty sick though? Wait, click to flip. Reigns. Okay guys, we're done making our character and that brings us to the end of the stream.
Your knees.
you, T-Dog, for that. Mm-mm. I am not complaining. Oh, I didn't realize there's colors here, too. Well, shit. Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's do... Dude. Potential, potential. Okay, okay, okay. Orange. Red. Fun. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. We still need to play Ark, by the way. Dude, I know if I was up for it this evening, I probably would have done it this evening, but I'm not. It's just it. Alright. Let's see. Link hair color, what does that mean? Front. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. I want to do base though and get this going. Because I forgot about that. I kind of like that. I'm thinking more like this. And then the eyes, I didn't really, completely forgot about this. I have nothing planned for tomorrow. That has some potential. I know I need to do some grocery shopping at some point, but that definitely has potential for tomorrow. Let's see. Thinking some green eyes. Ooh. or, oh, we'll just go completely off kilter. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay, okay. It sounds good. Bring the groceries over here after so I can eat them all. Okay. Okay, my guy. I don't know about that. I also need to, like, prep lunches. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay. Neck accessories. Oh, cute. Okay. Oh, that's adorable. Why are they so stinking cute? Oh, cute, cute, cuteness, cuteness, cuteness. Oh, this. Oh my goodness. Why are these so stinking cute? Stop it. Special layers. What's this mean? At certain points in the story, you may want to dress your character in special clothing that reflects their cultural heritage. More clothing options, as well as information on the current available options, will be added in the future. Keep an eye out for updates. Hell yeah, love that. Alright, overlayers. Love it. Okay, okay. Cute. We'll do that. I like that. I like that. Ooh, I am a sucker for a chunky scarf. We're doing that. Sorry, not sorry. Head accessories. Oh, fun. Stop. Stop. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Oh, wait, oh, I forgot about the... God damn it. I did it again, guys. Accessories. Colors. Clothes. Actually, that does look good. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll keep that. Okay. Overlayers. I didn't even see all these. I was not looking very closely at all. I think. Yeah. I like that. Oh, this is really cool. Okay, okay. Overlayers. We're dialing this up. Hell yeah. Okay. Do that. Accessories, of course. We coordinate naturally. Okay. Glasses. Oh, do we do glasses? Let's try them out. This one. She's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I'm here for it. Not bad. Not bad. Aww. Stop. I'm okay. I'm stuck between that one, and that one. That's a hard one. Let's see. Or no glasses at that point, right? Like, glasses. I'm thinking no glasses. Earrings. Oh my god. Yes. Let's see. I have been in a bit of a hoop kick, so I think I might do that. Cute, cute, cute. Bandages. Stop. Okay, alright, and then extras. Oh, moles. Oh, there, what's this? Oh my god, it's so cute. Alright, birthmarks. Because the hair swoops down here, I feel like a birthmark would be cool. What the? Let's do that. I like this. I like this a lot. Let's do that. All right. Do that. Okay. First name Frankie. All right. Because you guys have all been in here, I'm going to pick a name from your guys from the chat here, using bits and pieces of different names that I see in here. Because that sounds like fun, so that's what we're going to do. I will not call out lurkers, although I do appreciate being here if you are lurking. Hi. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm going to do here. What am I going to do here? I'm thinking price. That looks good. Let's see. All right. Day, you're getting picked on this one. We're going to use Day Price as the name. Use nickname. And we're going to do Prince as the nickname. Alrighty. So Day Price, Prince as the nickname. Cute. Love it. Let's go for cute little. Let's keep the height. I think that's okay. I think that's cute. All right, body type. Small. Let's go small. Okay. Yes. Pronouns. So let's see. Honestly, it really doesn't matter to me too much. They're beautiful either way. Let's do they, them. Yeah, wait. Wow. Anonymous gifter. Thank you for gifting a sub. I'm not going to say that name because I feel like it's very inappropriate. But thank you very much for gifting a sub to them. I really appreciate that. Alright, let's see. Oh, sex traits at birth. Let's do female. Bit of a backstory. We love that. We love that. And then gender. Let's keep non-binary. Because, yes, absolutely. Okay. Honorific. Ooh, yay. Okay. Oh, I really want to do Madame de Madame de Price. I think that's an alias of someone who comes in here. I would suspect so too. But, dude, T-Dog, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just literally here vibing. And, oh my god. You know, it's like this happens, and then Finn just suddenly appears. That is crazy. Hi, Finn. Crazy. Oh, hey. Hi. Fancy meeting you here. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Oh man. You know what? We can do whatever we want. Let's do Madame de Price. I think that's good soup. Let's see. Let's do feminine leaning. Hell yeah. Oh, character's parent. We do a character's parent too? Let's go. Okay. We're gonna go in. In our life, now and forever, your character has a biological mother. She has 3 hair textures.
Good soup.
Good soup. Dude, I think I quote that at least 2 to 3 times a day. Bar none. I literally... Is there an echo? There shouldn't be. Let's see, we got the desktop audio, mic. Yeah, no, there shouldn't be. Hold on, I'll keep an eye out for it just in case. Okay, it's 6 skin tones. If there is a confirmed echo, you guys just let me know. Oh, yeah, no, Good Soup originally. Okay. Dude, Finn, I low-key had a heart attack there for a second. Yeah, no. Good Soup echoed, I think. But I think it, like, it takes place in a diner, right? So I'm pretty sure it's normally like that. If I'm not wrong. I could be, but I don't know. Okay. Oh, it does. Okay. Cool. Okay, biological mother. While her hair and skin will remain consistent throughout the rest of the game, you can choose a new title and or name for her at the beginning of each step. Interesting. Okay. You can also set your hair and eye color to match hers using a special tint from the color palette when adjusting your hair or eye color. Matching your hair or eye color may be acknowledged in-game at times. I think I'm not gonna go that far. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. I like this. Okay. Mama. I think. Yeah, we're gonna do. This one I'm gonna take. Mama. Alright, let's do that. Choose a sticker. Oh, okay. We already know. We're going for the tea and coffee. Like, nothing else matters. It's fine. Call you what, T-Dog? Excuse me? Oh, okay. Comic book style layout with icons. Yes, I think we're gonna keep the... Papa, can you hear me? It looks like fall in Golden Grove. More than any place you'd seen before. It could be in one of your old picture books to show little kids what autumn was supposed to be. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. Can we build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman? I'm not going to finish that for copyright reasons. Let's see. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal. All that had changed were the colors red, orange, yellow, brown. Even the blue of the sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either, as though it had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or like it was even farther away from you now that you were in this place. The plants and sky didn't get this where you lived, where you used to live. Your thoughts continued to jump around while you stood there in the big circle of the street at the end of the road. It was a weird path to you. It couldn't take you ahead or to the sides or anywhere else, like most streets you've gone down. This one only came right here with those big houses. The view in front of you was something you'd only ever seen in photos before that. Do you know The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! The view in front of you was something you'd only ever seen in photos before from stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. Oh, I forgot that. You see, I forgot about that part. My bad. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now you knew that it felt like fall here too because it was cold outside. Chilly enough that you sometimes held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than usual to try keeping your eyeballs from feeling like they were going to freeze inside your head. Nah. I don't think so. It's fine. It's fine either way. It's chill. This was a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it. And it was where you were going to stay. That was new. Your mama and you had lived in apartments before, and never for very long each time. No, honestly, snow doesn't bother me much anyways. Dude, we got so much snow here. Oh my god. That wasn't until she'd gotten a big job in this not that big town and bought a big house. You wouldn't be going anywhere else for a long time. Now, in that moment, you couldn't imagine being there forever. But that's just the way it was. The old tan house at the very end of the long, round road was now your house, standing tall with two others by its sides. Those buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside. And those people, in those ancient houses, were going to be your neighbors. Making choices. Let's see, you can make many choices that shape your character's personality and relationships to the people around them. The other characters may remember and bring up information they've learned about you later. Cool. No right or wrong answers. Be upset, angry. Oh, sweet. We can actually dictate the narrative. This is cool. Your opinions and overall personality can shift over time as well. So you can choose to play as someone who is closed off at 10 years old, but opens up as they get older, and or vice versa. Their story is yours to tell. Cool. Okay, choice. It seemed okay to you. Felt kind of mixed up inside. You were super excited about everything happening. You were mad. There wasn't much you felt about that. It all made you so sad. You felt scared. This would be really something, you thought. How much worse could it be than what it was like before? Coming there had given you hope. Maybe your future would be good. So, at 10 years old, it's hard to say. Each kid's different. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna go with that one. Or you felt mixed up. I mean, mixed up? I feel like I would be scared. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's a completely new area. It's a beautiful home. But at that point, like, all they knew was the apartment they lived in. At least I would be scared. I'm gonna say I'd be scared. Why did everything have to be different? At least your mama was still with you. This was your mama's fault. No matter what, you keep looking out for your mama. At least your mama was still with you. You'd go through the bad stuff together. Day! Guess what, Day? You're about to get called the fuck out in this game. Day, come on over and take a look. Oh, that was your mama's voice. You hadn't noticed she'd gotten so far. That was enough to bring you comfort. and you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. Off the cul-de-sac road and cutting across lines of grass and sidewalk, you reached the picket fence your mama had called from. The gate was unlocked. Unlike the other houses, in front of yours was a tiny gray stoned walkway that led up to a couple of little steps, and those steps led to the door. You dragged your feet along the rocks and dirt. The small private path was more uneven than you thought, and the tip of your shoe got caught on a raised edge between ground and stone. It caused you to stumble the line right before arriving at the end of the rocks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs. And there your mama was, standing at the edge of the porch, arms folded, waiting. She must have been moving around before, because the shiny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. You knew they were real opal stones, because she told you before, when she first got them. She also told you a long time ago that her normal name, not Mama, was Opal. Her clothes were the colors of a cloudy day after rain had already come and gone. The kind of day that could be cold and bad or relaxing and comfy, it depended. You wondered which way she looked at it from. You didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold, especially the matched purpley cranberryness of both her hair and eyes. There weren't a lot of things out in the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Everybody would always say that the purple in your eyes came from her. That seemed cool. Part of your mama ended up in you. Mama smiled at you. It made you feel as soft and warm on the inside as your mama was on the outside. Mama, what do you think? It's a pretty place, huh? Oh, choices. Let's see. I've seen worse junk. I've seen better places. It's beautiful. I'm gonna have my own room. It stinks. It stinks? It stinks. It's okay, I guess. I hate this. I stare at her blankly. I nod eagerly. You shook your head furiously. You refused to look at her. Oh my goodness. I mean, pretty scared. It's okay, I guess. I understand, my dear. Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling, or it was some other kind of smile. She put a hand on one of the white painted pole things that kept the porch roof from falling down. Her fingers moved along it. Won't be too much longer. The real estate agent should be here to hand over the keys in a couple hours or so. Then it'll be official. We'll be the newest residents of Golden Grove. You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. This was a big deal to your mama. Her whole life was changing too. You hoped it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your mama to be sad. Well, you've seen the yard and the outside. You don't have to wait here the entire time. How about you go look around the rest of the neighborhood? She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. It's a safe town, especially in this area. You'll be able to play freely out here. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see. Let's cause some ruckus here. Okay. Oh man, let's see. Cover with your hands. I wanted to go. You turned your face away from her in defiance. Need her to say it was okay. You could look out for yourself. Let's be curious. Let's just go out, like, possibly see what's out there. Mama went back to her normal way of standing, with her head high and arms folded. That's the spirit. Enjoy yourself. Just don't stray into any other streets today. Let's do a thumbs up. Thank you. I trust you. With that, you flipped around, bounded down the steps, and went back towards the sidewalk, ready to explore. Prologue. Finally. Okay. Your shoes really squished into the dirt part when you crossed from where you were down the solid road. The smell of the grass and rain-softened ground, crisp though somehow also kind of musty, hung in the air, bringing a whole new year of school with it. You were going to be a 5th grader. It wouldn't be completely different from being a 4th grader, and not just because you'd be attending a new school. You'd be in the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your mama was so sure you could do this by yourself. You were growing up. Not everything about that was a bad thing, you guessed. Then, before you took one more step, there was a faint tap against your shoulder. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something, and it was completely out of nowhere. Was it a ghost? You rubbed your shoulder, feeling annoyed at whatever it was. Do we think it was something spooky that touched her shoulder? Huh. I would probably wonder, like, what was that? What that touched me at that point? Couldn't the world leave you alone today? You slowly glanced around. Oh my god. You slowly glanced down to the right and the left, trying to get any idea of where the poke could have come from. No one was there. The neighborhood was empty, except for you. You would have settled on it being a mystery forever if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the encounter. Sitting there, in between the muddy brown blades of grass, was something new. A little paper airplane. Cute. Who would throw this at a stranger? Holy shit, you scared me. Hey, Zalka. Long time no see. How are you? And why would they disappear after doing it? As you considered those questions. Hi! Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Hold on. Why is I'm still getting notifications? Nope. 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 Alrighty. Friends update their profile? Nope. Okay. That should be better. So, Zelka, anything new with you? As you considered those questions, your gaze shifted back towards the right, the side of the street where the tap came from. Whoever sent this to you had to have gone that way. You crouched down to grab it, wanting to get some kind of answer to what had happened. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly, crackly way most normal paper did. It was thicker, somehow, almost like a piece of cloth. It was cottony. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Selka. Had an interview yesterday. Nice. And the store manager practically hired you on the spot. Wow, that is a mixed... That is a quick turnaround, Zelka. That's amazing. I'm so glad that it seemed like it went really well. I hope things work out for you. That sounds great. Thanks. Of course. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it hasn't been exactly been a kind few months either. Hasn't been kind to me as well, Zelka. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot going on in the background, but I also lost my job. Well, not recently. Recently enough that it still affects me a bit. But yeah. Had a couple of interviews, working through a couple different things, but it's working out. I have some things going on to keep me busy, for sure. I appreciate that, Selka. Thank you. Alrighty, 1 second. Well, currently we are playing a game called Our Life Now and Forever. It starts off where we are 10 years old and moving to a new home. I think they've been apartment living up until this point. So, yeah. Let's see, just need book 4 of Tomes and Tea and I'll be finished. Nice. I'm so glad you've been liking that. Oh my gosh. Seems cozy. I think we'll see. If you've been with me for a long time, I do not have a great track record for picking cozy games that don't end up being sad. Granted, this is just a demo, so you don't see everything. I'm having fun with it. We'll see how this goes. I really don't have a great track record with picking good ones. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So right now, we're at the point where we are just exploring the area around the new home, and we suddenly get tapped with a paper airplane. We have no clue where it's coming from or whichever, and we just picked it up and we're about to open it. That wasn't the only part that stood out. The page was a tan color with dark brown lines, not white and blue or white and black or something regular. More questions to add to the confusion. Where would paper like that have come from? You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the other underside. The paper had scribbles, or maybe even letters. That was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. You pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best you could. It was true. The paper airplane had a message. Well, maybe. There were some words on it, but not a lot, and they were on different lines from each other. You read over each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello. Go out. Hide out. And then in the bottom corner was Day Price, which is our name. Your name! It had been addressed to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one meant to get that plane. You scrunched up your face. A person wrote stuff on a piece of paper, turned it into a paper airplane, threw it at another person, and the message they sent was that? Now we make choices. This was too weird for you. This was so cool. This was a mystery worth solving. This scared you. This was stupid. This was something. I like that last one. It only kind of made any sense in that there were all real words, but none of them meant anything together, so you weren't sure what to make of it. You had to tell your mama right now. You were going to get to the bottom of this. You were done exploring. It was time to go back to your house. You just wanted to get back to looking around. Let's get to the bottom of this. Someone or something had to have sent this to you. You weren't going to stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds and the parts where it got darker, you began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half circle of houses was out of sight by the time the normal sidewalk ended, and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street with homes or stores, there was a car road behind you and a bunch of trees and plain ground in front. Going down the road would have to bring you to the rest of the town eventually, but you were sure that would be straying too far, like your mama warned against. That was okay. You had other options. Bending in between the dark trunks and bright leaves were two lines stamped out through the grass. They went in opposite directions. It was a crossroads. One led more towards where the neighborhood was, but back further, right on the edge of where the forest started. The other went completely into the trees, a walking path for the people who lived here. You stood there at the start of this turning point in the woods, in your life, feet poised to move over the stirring thicket floor. Choice. You knew exactly which one you wanted. That is not true. But you didn't know where you were going. I didn't know where I was going. I'll be honest. I'll be the first to admit that. How could you know which one was better? You'd never tried either, and there were no clues on where to start now. It was a puzzle that made you pause. You thought about it as hard as you could, even shutting your eyes to focus. Then finally, left or right? Left or right? Choices, choices. Always right. And your quest continued. Dude, right? Right down the middle. Screw left or right. Right down the middle. The path ended up being kind of a trick. You ran out of dirt to walk on after only a minute or two, and it became plain grass everywhere. Luckily, you only had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you planned to go. Then, as you strolled even farther, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. Stretching about as high as the trees and made out of practically the same colored wood was a tower sort of thing. The bottom of it was mostly empty space with thin stick poles at the corners and only one full wall. Let's see. Middle is not a good path. Nearly lost a kid in Vermont when I was counselor because of that. Oh man. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not then. Oops. Let's see. There were little fake rocks stuck to the boards of the wall side, probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor with a slanty roof and railings around. Some ropes dangled off it in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as a treehouse, except not in a tree. It definitely wasn't a real house. You might have found a local playground. Curiously, you moved closer until you were right in front, and that's when you came to the shocking realization that there was something up in there at the top. Eyes squinting to try seeing more clearly, and your neck bent back so far your head might fall off. You can make out a lumpy pile. Let's see, do we just stand there? Do we shout? Kick the base of the tower in a swift kick? Ooh. Shake it with both hands. Grab onto the part sticking out to try to climb up there. Let's shout out. Hey, is something up there? Is something there? The sudden sound of clattering ruckus from inside the fort made you flinch in place. It was a scrambling, thudding noise that you knew came from movement. That lump stopped being just a lump. It shot up, bent right over the railing, peered down, and saw you. It was a kid. Ooh, okay. Who were they? That's all you could wonder. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really deep brown. They had a pointy hairline, you noticed. You looked like a fluffy hooded coat. You liked the fluffy hooded coat they had on. They were the prettiest person you'd ever seen. For the sake of me being a hopeless romantic, we're gonna go with the prettiest person they ever seen. The silent standoff of surprise played out between you and the stranger. Then, all together, all together, one half of their mouth, one of their eyebrows, and one of their hands shifted upward. That lot. They're 10 years old, Finn. That lopsided pose they had, and the fact that they were at the top of a tower made them seem pretty in charge here. Who are you? Why are you in my backyard?
I'm in danger!
No. They can. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, they were in charge here. Hi. Oh, we got choices. Okay. Ooh, okay. Just trying as hard as we can to derail you. I know, right? Top right? I was thinking about that. You know what? Fuck it. That I am. The kid was taken aback for a second, clearly having not expected that. You hadn't been prepared for it either. What were you doing? They stopped being confused. Instead, they laughed. It was light and sparkly and honest. You know, I could say the same about you. Oh, what was that kid doing? What was happening? Oh my My nail might have just broke. Great timing. I love that. That's good. Absolutely bothered me to bits. At that, they pressed the palms of their hands hard against the railing, then used it to kick their legs over the sides and throw themselves right off the fort.
Emotional, damn it!
Oh my god. The timing. Oh, that was funny. There was a powerful crunch and a gust of air when the person hit the ground just a little to the side of where you were. They landed on their feet, crouching into a ball and making the hood of their jacket flip over their head from the impact of falling so far down. Oh my god. The person stayed like that for long enough that the leaves they stirred up settled quietly onto the grass again. Hydrate. Dude, I have been hydrating this whole time. It's the one problem with these kind of games is that it like dries out my throat so damn fast. Alright, one more time. Then the kids straightened themselves out with more poise than you could have expected. Squared shoulders, chin up.
On your knees, darling.
LJ, that's distracting. And with one hand, they pushed the hood down over their back again. Damn you, LJ, I was waiting on that one. Oh my god. They were confident and knew how to show it.
Well, hello there, princess.
Finn! Bro. Oh my god. That's that. Why would you do that? Yeah, let's do it. Why would you do that? Because it works. They took hold of the open sides of their jacket and flapped them out, shaking off bits of sticks and what other stuff. I'm gonna derail this stream. Oh no. What are you doing? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I'm just a humble strummer. Just trying my best to enjoy a cute, cozy game. Okay. Shaking off bits of sticks and whatever other stuff that got on it when they collided with the dirt. Anyway, they shifted their head around to get their hair back over their shoulders the way it was before, then jabbed a finger into their own chest. I'm Mr. Q-I-U and L-I-N. It means both of Qi's arms spread out openly. I'm pretty sure I'm absolutely mispronouncing this. Quiz? Gesturing to the wide world all around. Autumn. Nice to meet you. Oh. What's
Darling, you listen so well. You deserve a treat.
You're absolutely like... No. It's Chew, I think? Oh, okay. Okay. Now with this chaotic audience, yeah, no, fat chance it's gonna happen. I had a... Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's okay, it makes it fun. What's your name? Q's and CH pronounced usually, in Chinese at least. Oh, Chu. Okay, okay. But shouldn't the U come after? I already knew. Oh, it's. Oh, well. Day price. My man. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, but people should call me Prince. Only my mama uses that name. Oh man. So I have to admit, the reason why I chose Prince as the nickname is based off of an anime I've recently seen. And the girl's name in this case is usually called a Prince because she has a lot of like masculine features and stuff like that. Kind of inspired me that way. If there's a day prince, is there a night prince? Sorry, day price, is there a night price? Perchance, per maybe. Maybe there's a secret like sibling we don't know about. That would be wild. Okay. Let's see. Oh, but people should call oh, but my friends always called me Prince. Cool. I've got a nickname too. It's Autumn. Because, like I said, that's what my name means. You can use it if you wanna. Aww. Alright. Wait. And also, how old are you? We seem pretty similar to me. 10.
You're playing with the big boys now.
Playing with the big boys now.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh my goodness. Chu slapped his fingerless gloves against the front of his chest to show just how taken aback he was. Whoa, so am I. Nobody else close by was exactly 10 before, but now there's you. And you're gonna grow up someday, and I'm gonna grow up too, but that's never gonna stop us from being the same age. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's great. More 10-year-olds were better than less. But the talk you were having ended with a clear clap from Chu to bring it to a close. Now that we're people who know each other, I still want to hear what you're doing. I lived in my whole life in this town, in this neighborhood, in that house, and I've never seen you anywhere. Oh, absolutely. There's gotta be something going on. Well, you reached into your pocket and presented the mystery.
10 years, man! 10 years! 10 years!
Bro. 10 years! Bro. Scary to think. 10 years seems like a lot on one side. Let me tell you, on the other side, it feels like it went by in the blink of an eye. For some cases. He presented the mystery paper to Chu, wanting your own explanation. But before you even said anything about it, Chu wheezed with a tight grimace. He looked as stiff as the wood tower behind him, just like that. You're, he stammered. Preach into the choir? Oh my gosh. He stammered and babbled and pointed his finger all around the space that was sort of in front of you until the word finally came to him. A sorcerer? What? No, wait. Chu threw his hands up higher towards his shoulders, then sudden movement making sure nothing interrupted his train of thought. You're a thief. That's why you're here, to rob my house. No. Oh, this should be fun. Why do you sound so excited that Genghis Khan? I can totally see that, Salka. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Why would I let you know? Ooh, why would I let you know I was here if I was gonna steal things? Oh, that's easy. It was a check. You had to make sure nobody was home before you broke in. I ruined your plans and figured you out. Do you really think I'm a robber? He got all fluttery with his laugh and the waving of his fingers. No, you're just a kid, but you've got some good tricks. Chu tucked one of his hands inside his jacket. He moved it around in there, humming the whole time. There was some kind of secret pocket or compartment in that coat. Aha! Just as you thought. When he removed his hand, he was grabbing onto something. It was a little notebook. The edges were bent up and crumbly, probably from being squished a lot of ways and a lot of times. And there were papers sticking out in weird ways that made you think they weren't even attached to the book anymore. They were just smashed between other pages to keep them in place. But the thing you noticed the most were the colors. Tan with dark brown lines. It was the paper from the airplane.
Objection!
Objection. Oh man. Chu flipped open the book, tapped in a slow, considering rhythm at the front page with the back of his knuckles, and said what you wanted to know without you having to do anything. That's my special paper with my notes on it. But it's not my notebook. It was in your pocket. You must have done the thing that's sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. That's what you did to snatch my stuff in the blink of an eye while I was standing right here. So you're a magician. Or a pickpocket. That's all it could be. He shifted on his feet, putting one hand to his hip, using the other to make a waggling gesture with the notebook. Chu was really confident in his accusation against you. Can you show me how you do it? But the wavy motion Chu did was too much for the old notebook. It bent in half upwards and downwards with the momentum of its owner's arm. Some of the papers slid out. They drifted to the ground lightly, the same way leaves fell from trees. You stared right at them, sitting there freely like that. Chu didn't. You're right. I don't know how your paper disappeared from you. Ooh, sarcasm? Might do that. Maybe you just dropped a paper and someone picked it up? I've already showed you my trick. You didn't notice, but look at the ground. You dramatically flicked your fingers at the ground and wanted to show him, so you would. I think I'm gonna do this one. You dramatically flicked your fingers.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
He wanted you to show him, so you would. Huh? Chu's eyes widened. He lifted the notebook over his head and twisted his feet outwards to fully clear his view of the grass below. Finally, he spotted the missing pages. Whoa! Thanks. In the middle of talking, he dropped to his knees to scoop up the loose papers. It only took a second for each one to be gathered. He leaned off his knees onto his butt and made a little oof sound. But there he From there, he got his feet against the ground while pushing up with his hands, still clutching the paper so he could stand again. With a successful rescue mission done, Chu delicately flipped through the notebook, inserting the loose papers along the way between the different pages. He went all the way to the end. Then Chu's complete book was pressed shut once more. Hey, that really helped, Day. Hey, Crow. Good to see you. How are you doing? A beaming smile directed into your face almost had you covering your eyes. But before that happened, he looked away. Chu twisted to the side to better rummage inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made super sure that the entire stack of papers made it back safely this time. You heard a sigh of relief. In an even swooping move, Chu tilted his head back over his shoulder to reveal his face again. The bright expression from before was completely gone. He had that smirk again. So, did you see that? I don't lose anything. Next time, I'm not gonna tell you. Ooh! Your cheeks got hot from embarrassment. Ooh, let's do that one. That's not at all how you'd expect him to reply. Chu's fun with your reaction came out as a set of snickers. His cheeky mood had drifted away once those were done. When Chu tilted his face backwards towards you, he was quiet and thoughtful. This is very mysterious. My paper vanished and a brand new kid appeared in my backyard all out of nowhere. I don't get it. Chu, I'm your neighbor now. I moved into the middle house on the street. Oh, the new neighbors. That's right. That's you. It makes so much sense. Then Chu shook his head side to side, flopping dark brown strands of hair around and trying to sort out his thoughts. But if you're just my new neighbor, not a thief or a sorcerer, how'd you know that was my paper? I don't know. Not for sure. What? You were showing my notes off to everyone you saw in the world. Yeah, that was kind of the idea. Huh? You breathed in, let it out, and then tried to explain the weird situation that didn't even make sense to you. I got here today with my mama. She's waiting for the real estate agent, so I had to go spend time doing something. I went down to the road and the paper airplane hit me in the shoulder, and nobody was there. Chu nodded along, probably not getting everything you were talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. I picked it up, opened the plane, and saw the stuff written on it. I thought the person throwing the plane was trying to give me a message. I've been looking for whoever did it since. When I met you, I had to check if you were the one who did it. You went over to the steps that led you to this point as best you could, and Chu joined in on with the conclusion. It wasn't me who made any airplane, but the page and things on it are mine. He put his hands on his hips as he thought hard about the info he learned from you. That means someone else somehow got a piece of paper from my notebook and used that to make the plane they chucked at you for some crazy reason. I guess so, but if you're the one who wrote that, how did you know my name? That was on the note. And what were those other words supposed to mean? Hello? Go out? Hide out? Day price? It doesn't make sense. Oh! Chu cracked a smile and flicked out his arms to start his own explanation. That's just stuff I was gonna do. Counting 1, 2, 3 on his fingers, Chu listed off each part of the letter simply. Hello, say hi to the people around. Go out, visit the town or another neighborhood or whatever. Hideout means go to my hideout. Chu stopped the countdown to pat the sturdy wooden wall behind with him with pride. Right here. It's not stupid. I'm not gonna go with those. If that's a hideout, why would you tell me it's a hideout? You seem alright. You can know about it, but don't tell anybody else. Ah, right. Yeah. For your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there was going to be a kid my age and their name was Day Price. It was cool to me, so I wrote that down. That way I wouldn't forget. I even took out and read that page a lot to make sure it'd be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. Thanks for trying to remember anyway. You're welcome. I'll remember it this time. Definitely. But I'm gonna stick with you now. Whoever took my paper is still out there, and you were their target. Maybe you're not a sorcerer thief, but what if—
I might not be the fastest, I might not win the race, but you will always find me with a big smile on my face.
Oh my god, why is that cute though? It's actually adorable, Zelka. Thank you for that. But what if the paper airplane person is? Oh. Okay, I got a minute finally. What do you mean? Well, thank you guys for being in here. I really appreciate it. Thanks. I could use more eyes for looking. Super. Do we have a plan? You stood up tall, accepting your now partner on this trip, and laid out the next part. Where else would I be? A party? I don't know. Either way, I hope you're having fun and being safe. Especially safe. I'm glad you're here, Crow. What is this? This is called Our Life Now and Forever. I hope to God it's not going to be depressing. It's just the demo. Because I know last time I played an indie game like this, it ended up being really, really damn sad. Look with your special eyes. What? Huh? Explain, please. I don't know. I'm still learning this. So it's a demo. It follows you. You create your character. And at 10 years old, you move to a new house. You get tapped by an paper airplane from who knows who. You go exploring and you end up meeting this kid. I think their name is Chu. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're trying to still find who threw the paper airplane. Yeah, I know which way we should go now. We have to go back to the spot in the forest with 2 dirt paths. I know that place. It's right nearby. Let's do this. And so, you started to walk along the autumn tree line now with your new partner in the adventure. Chu came alongside you with bold, certain steps, You were going to find that paper airplane person. Soon, you reached the head of the path. You were at the crossroad once more. But you brought back knowledge and this new boy with you. I think the only part that sucks about this is being the only one without a significant other. What do you mean? I mean, Crow, like, you're more than welcome to hang out with us. Partner or not, you're still in good company here. Always. Or maybe I'm missing context here. There's a very good chance I'm missing context. That's where we just were. You threw your thumb over your shoulder while walking ahead to show what you meant. And down there is just the road. But I haven't looked at the other way, on that side. Oh, I see what you mean, Crow. My bad. My bad. I see. I see what you mean now. You switched the arm you'd bent back to point straight ahead across the forked passage, directing Chu's gaze to the second dirt imprint. Hey, Sin. Welcome on in. With the tilt of his head, Chu grinned in agreement. That makes sense to me. The decision easily made. Your and his crunching footsteps started up again in unison. And still, your quest continued. Once you went through the foresty path, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Nature spread across the land with the narrow dirt line and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in this spot before you. People were only visitors here. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps, with each tree's branches flowing into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun almost completely. Keep the sky and sun out almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The foot-made passage continued to twist around up higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. Bachelor party. Oh, hey. Oh, shit. I hope you're having fun, Crow. What you drinking? You were amazed. It was sort of nice. Felt uneasy. No, I was amazed. Yep. I like that. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself flow deeper into the thicket. Chu watched your face. Your good mood was enough to rub off on him. I hang out in the neighborhood or the other parts of town most of the time, but woods can be cool too. Really? Why don't you visit more often? It's right by your house. I've lived here forever, every day of my whole life. Stuff's always going on with people in the neighborhood and in town. The forest is the same whenever you come back. Trees, bushes, some birds. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Besides, the plants looking different when the seasons change, it looks like time doesn't exist here. Casually, Chu lifted up his hands from his sides, only to gesture them downwards towards the forest floor. And hey, you know, this path we're walking on, has always been here, even before I was born. He strolled along, kicking at a little piece of rock on the road and looking straight ahead. It's probably been around for as long as this place has been Golden Grove, or longer. For a second, he was thinking so hard the smile he almost always had went away. Then something made him chuckle, and he pointed over to the side. But that fence is kind of new. I remember there just being the dirt when I was little. That's the only thing that's ever gotten different out here. Wow. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest, away from the town, popped from a sudden unnatural clatter. You stopped.
Hey, phrase it!
Jesus Christ, you scared me. Hey, phrasing. Shit. Ah. Okay. Finn, you fucking scared me. Okay. It was a whooshing, thumping, and a stirring up of the leaves, like something had crashed into them. You and Shu shared a look, both checking that the other heard it too. That wasn't me, and that wasn't you either. Yeah. You knew for sure that it wasn't the wind. It had to have been an animal, or a person. And it came from right over there. That thrilled Chu. Dude, Sasquatch, that would be sick. You were so right, Finn. That thrilled Chu. His voice shrunk into an eager whisper. It could be them. The mystery paper airplane sender. Let's go before they get away. You decided to just take a peek. You crouched lower and snuck off the path. It was harder to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to poke your head through. You moved in the same way you opened up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snapped from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plants scratch a little at your face and clothes. It wasn't as secretive of a check as you'd hoped it would be. On the other side of that tree line was still woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing on, and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to... I think y'all are pretty damn successful on trying to derail. I'm trying so hard. There was nowhere easy to go. And fucking LJ. Oh my god. For a second there, I thought someone was actually calling me. Have you tried not being so easy to derail? Nah, that's not fun. And nothing seemed out of place to you until... Oh. Hello. Jeez. For a split second there, Zelka, I swear to God, I thought someone was freaking trying to knock on my door. The amount of willpower it's taking to not ring you on Discord right now, let me tell you, dude. Okay, to be fair, because I had some issues with my Discord this morning, I muted all like sounds and stuff like that. So if you did, it wouldn't have worked. But I appreciate the intention on that one. There was a shout, and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was...
Hello! Oh, I'm sorry to frighten you, dear. I must look like a yeti in this getup.
I think you just turned on streamer mode, it does that for you, FYI. Oh yeah, well I do it, yeah, anyway. Holy crap, Mrs. Doubtfire. It was a good timing with this too. Oh. Oh, they had sparkly hair. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really red. This is the second prettiest person you ever seen. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. Hopeless romantic. I'm sorry. You couldn't hold the leaning forward position any longer and stumbled forward completely into the open area. You stared at them, and they looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. Hi. That got the stranger giggling. Chu folded his arms across his chest. He blinked slowly and thoughtfully. He usually had plenty to say, but in that moment he was left as stumped as one of the actual stumps in this forest. Wait here. The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. You were already wondering what was going to happen next. Watching them go, Chu finally found some words. It's another person I've never seen before today. He twisted around so the top of him was angled more towards you. He brought one of his hands to the side of his mouth and held the other close to his chest, pointing subtly in the direction the stranger went. Day, did you know this Leaf Kid? Chu, you're the only person I've met here. Yeah, true. Chu's arms fell back down like limp noodles, but he never took his eyes off the other person. He was definitely curious. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and the other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the weight and attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position way over there. It was a really full pack. But it didn't slow that kid down.
The more you try to stay strong, the more I enjoy unraveling you.
Huh? I beg the finest pardon there, Finn. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I am so glad I don't have cam on right now. Holy shit. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question. What? No one's blushing? I mean, speak for yourself. I'm human. It's okay to blush. Hi, are you girls too? Chu gestured to the front of himself casually. I'm a boy. Mr. Chu Lin. Chu and Lin. Wow. Okay. Hi, Chu. The kid turned their attention to you. Are you a girl? Ooh, here we go. Yeah, how did you know? You nodded. Oh, yes, sometimes. You have a non-committal sort of a shrug. You were kind of a girl. Oh. Kind of, not totally. Sometime. Sometimes. Sometimes? She froze for a second, but that was all she needed. Okay, what's the other times? I'm a girl sometimes. People use they them to talk about me. Both girls sometimes, both girls sometimes. And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarak. Oh. Cool. Thanks. A tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. Chu grinned widely at her enthusiastic introduction. Turmeric is a spice. Chu, it fits you. What's your last name? Bauman. Bauman? Bauman? Cool. Miss Tamarak Bauman. You know, my name means autumn. That's amazing. It's a match, too. How do people know how to do that? I think we're just lucky. Lots of kids don't have the right ones. Yeah. So what's your name? The girl you now knew as Tamarak sent the question your way, since Chu already gave his out. My name is Day Price. I based it off of some of the names that were in chat earlier. Wow. Hi, Day. She greeted you with a finger-spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as you'd always known each other. Oh, wait, what? As if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. Tamrak. Do you think yours fits too? Your name? It's alright, I guess. It's alright. I like my nickname more.
You what?
All my friends always call me Prince. Oh, alright. Your earmuffs are nice. Thank you. I like your hair tie too. Thanks. It's cool to meet you, Tamarak. Maybe. He pointed a suspicious finger her way as he made another point with words. There was only one house for sale anywhere near this neighborhood. Day lives there now. Where did you come from? When does it become the kid formerly known as Prince? That is a good question. Unless you're Day's mom. Tamarack was completely tickled by the idea, giggling and covering her mouth with her hands. She didn't do a good job at stopping any of the laughter from getting out. No, I'm not a mom. I moved in with my Omi and Opa? I know there's like a proper way to say that. I'm just not sure what it is. Omi and Appa? No, it's not Appa. Omi and Opa. Yeah, Omi and Opa. Oh, I've heard that before. Omi and Appa. Omi and Opa is Granny and Grandpa.
Streamer, look at chat. Look at chat, streamer. Streamer, chat,
Bro,
streamer. Look at chat.
Fane. That's like a direct way to like distract me. God damn it. And it succeeded. Congratulations. I've never heard of that. Is it another language? Uh-huh. It's German. And they're German. Cool. You two know a lot. There's a granny who lives there and a guy that's her husband. That's your Omi and Opa? I think so. Probably. Omi has really long hair. Opa has short hair and some of it's on his face. Yeah. Chu bobbed his head up and down with great understanding. Granny and him have a kid now. Huh. Wow. Well, Zelka had a great comeback. No, for real though. Also, 5-stream streak fin. Let's go. Oh, alright. Yeah. I've been here 5 days and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long time. Months, maybe. The loudness of Chu's voice shot up. He was shocked and confused. 5 days? That's almost a week and I've never even seen you. Where have you been this whole time? I've said so before. I've been here. Tamarack used one foot to push against the ground and the other to stay upright and spun around in place once. I play in the forest every day. She lives in the woods. Absolutely lives in the woods. 100%. After getting the answer, he went normal volume again, but kept frowning. Well, you can come with me and my friends if you wanna, too. We hang out in the neighborhood and in town and my backyard and stuff. If you see us, just walk over and join. You don't have to worry. They'll like you, and you can talk to me if you don't know what to do. She only shrugged, and the shoulder without the bag strap went up higher. Maybe. There wasn't a lot of interest in Chu's offer. He finally grinned again. Sneaky. There wasn't a lot of interest in Chu's offer. He finally grinned again. He watched Tamarack with a tilted head. You're like your Oppa, huh? No one ever really sees him around either, even though he's lived here for 1,000,000 years. Tamarack squished her cheeks between her fingers, delighted. He likes his office a whole lot. This is my first day in Golden Grove. Wow, that's barely different at all.
You see, I speak English well. I learn it from a book. Hello. I am English. Hello.
I am bad at every language, and apparently English is still my native one, but I still suck at that too. Hey. She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her. Hey, we're both girls and he's not. But are any of us the same age? I'm 10. You're 10? So are we. Hooray! Same age forever. Happily, Tamarack held on to the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. He decided that this was the perfect time to talk to her about everything that had happened. The paper might have been Chu's, but it was possible that she was the one who sent it to you. I have a concern. What's the concern, Finn? Two characters have both said same age forever. Hmm? Oh. Just a matter of time. Uh-oh. Or you think something bad's gonna happen? Finn, I have the worst track record with games that every single game, like indie game that I've picked, or at least I think it's every single one, has always ended up being sad every single time. I don't know if this is gonna be a happy game or not. I just thought it looked cute. I'll try the demo. Oh, we're gonna fuck around and find out. And to be fair, this is the demo. It's not the full game. The paper might have been Chu's, but it was possible she was the one who sent it to you. Hey, I got hit with a paper airplane a little while ago. Was that you? Yeah, you got it? Mm-hmm, I got it, that's for sure. You would think, right, Finn? You would think. It's hard to say. I don't know. I honestly, the game's adorable. I would have paid for it, absolutely. Woo! She flung her arms up over her head in celebration, knocking her bag out to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her. My aim is good. My aim is good. You blinked at her in disbelief. You'd truly done it. You found the mystery person who owned the paper in the first place, and the person who actually sent it to you as a paper airplane. She was cute. But you weren't the only one who had reaction to the results. Alright! Nice day! Your wide eyes and Chu's cheers had Tamarack excitedly looking between you and him, not knowing what the celebration was about, but wanting to join. Yeah, your throw was perfect. Thanks. And yay for the trash doing something nice. Trash? He brought both of his hands up to his face and pressed his fingertips into his cheeks with great drama. Even if it was trash to you, it was still important to me. Aww. If it was important, how did it get on the ground in the forest? That's where I found it. With wrinkled brows, Chu shifted his hands more to the side so he could instead tug at the front strands of his hair, pulling them out fully straight. I don't know how it's possible. You wouldn't maybe be a sorcerer or a thief, would you, Tamarack? No. Too bad. Too bad. Oh my god, I can't do that right. Yeah, only hints of trauma in a demo. They gotta make sure you can relate to the trauma before you fully dive into it. I don't know. You felt... You smirked wildly. Tamarack and you both laughed, the sound harmonizing. Chu finished his pout, straightening up and putting his hands solidly on his hips. He was back to being in control. I do like story-based stuff. Have you ever played I Was a Teenage Exocolonist? I don't think I have, actually. Now that I don't think I have. I'm gonna write that. Write that down. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Played I was 18. I'll check it out. Okay, how are we doing on time here? What time is it anyway? We've already been doing this for almost 2 hours? No. That's wild. I was not intending... I wasn't sure how this would go, to be honest. That's crazy. What the actual fuck? Huh? I beg the finest pardon. I think we're having fun, guys. Let's see. I wasn't planning on being on here that long. Let's see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. He was back to being in control. You know, there's nobody out there who's perfect. I accept my mistake, and I'm sorry to you, Forrest, for messing up the place. That's really nice of you to say, Chu. Thanks. I think it forgives you. Cool. Watching the two kids interacting, you started thinking about this more and more, going over the whole experience in your head. Your turning thoughts were put on pause when Tamarack suddenly changed the subject. What are you two gonna do now? I've gotta get back. My mom was waiting for me. And I'll walk Day there. I gotta make sure they don't get lost out here. I should probably see how my Omi and Opa are doing. Are too. Blech. They're pretty old and need help sometimes. She took a big hop closer to you and Chi, a smile growing across her face as she landed. We could go back together. Well, okay, if you're both sure. You relaxed your stance, accepting that this was really over now. Woohoo! Tamarack snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directed the pointy end forward, the way you had come from. To our houses! While chuckling, Chu used his fist to enthusiastically punch the air. Homeward bound! Aww. To join in the celebration, you clapped your hands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She cupped her hands around her mouth to make it extra loud. And so, you started to walk through the brown fall brush to get to the neighborhood again, but you weren't going to be alone there. Tamarack bounded ahead, bouncing her arm up and down with the stick like she was the conductor of a marching band, while Chu came alongside you with even, casual steps. You were returning to that house. Your new neighborhood had become even more orange-toned by the time you finally returned to it. The far-off sun slowly sank away behind the tallest mountains and forests to sleep for the night. Your shadows grew larger, pulling away from your bodies to reach into the street ahead. The dark shapes morphed and combined with one another as you walked in your own mismatched rhythm, all while eyeballing chillingness of the outside world got more powerful bit by bit. Tamarack still stayed about 2 steps ahead. Sometimes she was closer, sometimes she got away from you again. She used her stick to knock at the bushes and lamps along the sidewalk. Chu was next to you, but had switched things up so that he was taking large skips backwards. You guessed it was to look at you in the face better, or he just thought it was fun. He pointed out the sharpest building on the street as he went. Part of it looked almost like a tower, a different kind than the one in the backyard. See? That's the house from the front. It's great. And that's your house, right? The one in the middle. And Granny owns that even further away one. Mm-hmm. Cool. The sounds of you. The sounds of your steps continued to echo through the cul-de-sac until you came to a stop right in the center of the path. You'd arrived. Okay, this is it. Chu pulled out an eager grin. We've gotta meet up later again. Again later. Bleh, I can't talk. We've gotta meet up again later. See you, Day and Tamarack. Chu flipped around to go back to the same way he had come with you. He needed to return to the pointy red house with the huge backyard. He didn't drop his papers this time. Bye. Goodbye. Tamarack put both her hands up in front of her chest and waved them around. I'm going home too. Tamarack spun in place before dashing further along the sidewalk to the sloped gray house on the other end of the neighborhood. Her bag clunked and jingled at her side the whole way there. You waited there in front of the house in the dimming evening light, watching the other 2 kids go to their homes right on the same street. You waved your hands in the air and jumped up. That was everything. The whole outing was done. In the quiet resolution of your first day in this place, the 2 encounters you had earlier that afternoon drifted through your head. Chu and Tamarack. Alright, so let's see. Our 2 leads of our life now and forever. At the start of each step, you can choose what kind of relationship standing you share with each of them. These relationships are always mutual. For example, If you choose to have a crush on a lead, they will have a crush on you as well. Cute. Oh my god. Your relationships can grow closer during special moments in each step. And you can grow closer or more distant between steps. If you began dating a lead, however, you won't be able to break up with them. You can only date one character at a time until step 4, where there will be an option to pursue a polyamorous relationship with both leads. Tamarack and Chu will never be romantically involved with each other. In this demo, there isn't another opportunity to date either lead. Interesting, okay. You can also choose expression elements to influence how you and the leads interact with one another. These don't have to be mutual. You can change at the beginning of each step. Chu and Tamarack's expression elements towards you are fixed in step 1, but will be influenced in later steps by your choices or manually adjusted. Cool. Check the question mark for a more detailed description of what each expression element means. Cool. Cute. Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna do crushes because I don't know, there's something about the vibes.
I just needed you to know. I love you.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me blush. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
The timing. Oh my god. Stop. You're making me blush. Cute. What? Can I? Yeah, teamwork. Accepting. Admiring. Accepting. Admiring. Okay, here is. Oh, I see what this is now. Okay. I think I'm gonna wish list this one. Absolutely should. This is cute. Things were so different for you from just that morning when you left and went on the drive to move. Before then, you'd never been in Golden Grove. You'd seen it only in pictures and hadn't known anybody who was local there. Were you friends? You thought so. And even though he wasn't here anymore, I'm still sus of this. I understand. Honestly, I am too, but I try to be optimistic with that. You can't have good without the bad. Honestly, that's fair. That's totally fair. And even though he wasn't here anymore, and a bunch of other things that had happened that day, Chu was the only thing on your mind. What it was like when you first saw him on the tower, when you started to talk to and know him, all the stuff with his notes and papers. He was special. For real though, 10-year-old Riz. The air outside kept... Are you cute? Dude, right? The air outside kept getting even colder, but you were so warm on the inside. It was nice and comfortable in the place you were. Getting even more lost in your own imagination, you wondered when you get to see him again. Day, is that you? Your mama called from over the fence. Coming. You bounded forward and passed through the gate. Mama had left the porch and was there to meet you. Thank you for coming back. I'm sure you were having an exciting time out there. Everything was amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. From strength to strength, we've got the key to the house. The agent finally arrived about 20 minutes ago. He's gone now, but I haven't peeked yet. The both of us should be here for this. It's your house. It's your house too. Yeah, this is our house now. Absolutely. Come on. Mama turned to go and slipped the key out from her sweater pocket. She gestured with the other hand for you to follow. Mama led the way as you went back up the stairs. The key fit perfectly into the hole on the door, and Mama smiled at the sound of an unlocking click. Carefully, she leaned forward with her shoulder, giving it a nudge. Unsure if the best option for the ancient door was extra force or extra restraint. The house opened with a creak. Air came out through the front like it was exhaling. Mama let out a breath at the same time. Over here, Day. There's a space. Get out of my house! Bro. Bro, that, oh my god. Oh my god. Over here, Day, there's a space for you to get a little closer. You can see inside here. You scooched towards your mama's side in the door frame. It was then that you noticed there was a mat at the front. It had a light color and a kind of hard but fluffy texture. The sort of mat that get dirty looking right away when it was used, but it was still clean and nice. It hadn't been worn down at all like the rest of the building. This part of the house wasn't just an old thing left behind by other people who didn't need it or want it anymore. Someone must have put it there for this happening, for your mama and you moving in. Written across the top of it said, "Welcome home." Mama softly tapped the top of your shoulder, bringing you back into the moment. She kept the hand there, leading you ahead with her. The two of you walked through the door. Everything in the air was still. The wind was blocked, but it was practically cold. It was practically as cold inside as it was out of the house. Mama shifted forward cautiously, feeling around for a light switch. Got it. A dim light from the ceiling sparked on in an instant, and there in front of you was an old-fashioned living room. The house had furniture that came along with it, but it wasn't a set. The pieces were mismatched, each chair, table, and bookshelf in a different color. They were covered in transparent sheets of plastic and in dust. The room had a real fireplace made out of brick. In the back, you could see a staircase going up to another floor. Beautiful. It's even better than the photos. So much potential inside these walls. You were amazed it could fit. Okay, they mentioned a storybook. I have to go with this option. You were amazed It could fit in a storybook. You had to admit, it was cooler than you had let yourself hope for. Your mama touched the tips of her fingers to the muted blue paint next to her. We'll have to clean as much as we can to make it livable before bed. It'll be a long night. We can unpack more of our things tomorrow, though I'll be doing much of that on my own. You're going to be busy. Mama increased the pitch of her voice, squinting her eyes sweetly. After all, it's the first day of 5th grade. You bit your lip, scared to even imagine having to go to a new school. She let out a breath gently while watching you. We got here just in time, clearly. Her eyes drifted closed, and there was a crease in her brow. She seemed further away without having gone anywhere. Even if I'm here early for the job, I was not gonna make you I was not going to make you be a full week late to class. Being new to a town like this is already going to make you a point of attention. You couldn't tell if she thought that was a bad or good thing or a bad thing by her tone. But Mama didn't say any more about that. She lifted her circle scarf over her head, careful not to have it catch on her earrings, and left it on top of her suitcase. So, want to see the upstairs? Yeah! Alright, let's do a save. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it there. Wasn't meant to be long, just a little cheeky little cozy moment. Either way, thank you guys. You made this a lot of fun, even derailed me quite a few times, and I loved it. I am gonna head out. Good night, guys. Y'all take care, okay? Bye.